once again. This is Anna. Okay, so today I'm going to do questions and answers because a lot of people have been asking me different questions. So I got majority of the questions together so I can answer them. Okay, so let's get started. All right, the first question that everyone has been asking me is, what made you teach abroad? Well, what made me actually teach abroad is because, well, I was struggling a little bit here in America. The salary for teaching here is totally different from teaching in a foreign country. When I teach abroad, how I say, when I teach abroad, okay, first of all, when I teach abroad, the salary is much better. It includes lots of perks, which you can get free housing. You can get free visa reimbursements. You can get just about anything pretty much, you know, whereas in America it's not the same. You know, the salary is totally different and you definitely don't get housing. Abroad, when it comes down to you purchasing like supplies and stuff like that for your classroom, or even furniture for your classroom, you do get reimbursed for that. Now in America, the schools that I have been teaching at, it hasn't been like that. You're pretty much on your own. You have to purchase your own supplies, your own furniture, things like that for your classroom and for your students. But abroad is totally different. Another thing with teaching abroad, sometimes you can do things on your own. You don't have to be like concrete in a book setting. You can kind of do things on your own to just make sure your kids are you are covering certain things that you're supposed to cover for that grade for your children, for your students. So I haven't been struggling since I've been abroad. I have been stress free. You know, some schools has been it did stress me out just a little bit, but overall the living there is so much better for me, definitely. And it's easier to raise your children there too, because certain temptations that you would get in America is not abroad. It's not like that abroad, so it makes a big difference. Okay, another question is, how did your child adapt to school in another country? Good question. Okay, so my daughter, we moved abroad when she was 8 years old, and now she is 17. So that is a big difference. So she adapted pretty well. Now, when we first got ready to go, the first place we went to was China. And I had her look at Karate Kid so she can kind of get a little bit adapted to what it would look like. But when we got there, it's a little bit different. It was just a little bit different. And, you know, the living arrangements was not, you know, at its state. And she was like, I didn't know we were going to live like this, you know. So she went through a little bit of adaptation, but it was easy for her once she got in the groove of things. Once we cleaned up the house that we supposed to stay in, and at that time they gave us a 2-bedroom apartment, and the next day we went and got gloves and cleaning supplies, and we cleaned it up like really good. They had some nice furniture put in. They had us nice bedding and things like that. So it was really nice. So we just had to get in there, get adapted. Once we got all settled in, she was happy. She made friends in the neighborhood. She made friends at school. She even went to her first public Chinese school. And she was the third English speaking person there, but no one else spoke English there. And that was difficult. So she tried to use a translator and things like that. So adapting like that, now that was big. But overall, she ended up making good friends and long life friends at that. The next one is, which was your favorite country and which was your least favorite country to visit? Okay, so the country that, wow, my favorite country, I would have to say, um, wow, we went so many places, so it's kind of hard, but I would have to say Hungary. We went to Budapest, and we went almost every Christmas because we loved it so much. So I would have to say Budapest, Hungary. That's amazing, amazing country to be in. And also Seoul, South Korea. That was one of our favorites as well. So I don't know. Between those two, I can't pick. Because me and my daughter both love both of those countries. So we can't even pick which one we love, the best. As far as our least favorite, okay, for one thing, I'm not big on hot weather. And the places that we went to that was really, really hot was Indonesia, Thailand, and Dominican Republic. Now those are, they so hot. But the least favorite, I would say, would be Indonesia. Indonesia have some really nice people there. The food there is great. The culture, everything was amazing. The school that I worked for was really good. The housing was immaculate, really. But as far as the weather goes, I would have to say no ma'am, no sir, because it was scorching hot, including in our home. And then they have these little gecko things running around. It was just too much. It really was. All right, our next question is, what is your top travel tip? Okay, so my top travel tip would be, no matter where you go, be careful and cautious, and always look around and observe everything around you at all times, because you are a foreigner, and people would tend to, maybe try to bother you or anything like that, or pickpocket or take your purse or anything like that. I always use a purse that straps across me at all times, and I always keep my hand on the top of my purse. And I always have on my purse a lot of zips, or the little cross thing that, the Velcro or something like that. But I would just say, just always be cautious. Be aware of what's going on around you at all times. Definitely. The next one is, which country is most difficult to get a visa for? Okay. The most difficult one to get a visa for, I would say China. Because in order to get in China, you have to get your visa before you leave the States to get to China. And it's a long process, but it's worth it at the end once you get everything done. So I would have to say China would be the most difficult one to get. But now that the COVID is out, you have to jump through a lot of paperwork and lots of hoops and things like that for other countries, of course. The next one is, Which country is easiest to get a job? Oh, well, I think all countries are easy to get a job because the one thing they're looking for is, you know, English speakers that comes from like Canada, U.S., Australia, London, things like that. So they definitely looking for English speakers, and you have to have a degree, of course, and able to get a visa. So most jobs are easy to come by. Now, if you want to work at a retail store or something like that, that may be a little bit more difficult, but I can't say that that you couldn't do it. But for me as teaching, it hasn't been a hard process. You know, it's been pretty good. It's been just like straightforward. Once you issue all your paperwork and things like that, it's easy. It's easy. The next one, let's see. What are some things that you should watch out for when you are in a new country? Okay, like the first thing I did say before, you watch out for different people that's around you, people, you know, that approach you. Now, some people can be scammers as well, and you have to be careful about that as well. So the thing is, if you're bringing over your child or your family or something like that while you're working and things like that, you definitely have to be totally aware, because you do have children with you. So you have to be totally aware of everything. You can't take people for their word. You know, not even, you know, when you sign a contract, you make sure you read the contract all the way through, because it's in two different languages. One is in English, and then it is in whatever. If you in Thailand, is in Thai. If you in, you know, China is in Chinese. You know, like that. So you do want to read the contract to its entirety, because you want to make sure you get everything understood. And you ask questions before you sign, because once you sign on the dotted line, the contract, it is what it is. Okay? So you can't make any, you know, any errors. You can't go back and say, "Oh no, I didn't mean to sign it, and I forgot to get this part on there." And no addendums. Okay? Is it a good idea to learn some of the native language before visiting a country, or could I just wing it with English? Okay, in all countries, you know, English is like the universal language. You can pretty much wing it with just your English, but you do need to know some basic other language. So like when we got ready to go to China, we did learn, you know, hello, goodbye, thank you, you know, things like that. Excuse me, you know, some good things like that. So just some basics, you know. And then when we got ready to go to Thailand, we did the same. For that, Indonesia, we did the same. You know, so every country we went to, we did try to do some kind of basic. But if you don't know the basic, it's okay. But you do need to learn it while you're there. While you're there, you do need to pick up some kind of their basic language. So you won't be looking crazy, because you want to say yes and no and thank you and hello and goodbye. You do want to say those things. Our next question is, what is your favorite country that you taught in and why? Ooh, my favorite country that I taught in. I would have to say my favorite country. I taught in Malaysia, but I taught like college kids, kind of. So it's like I kind of like that because it was older children. They already knew English. You know, they really wasn't children. They were more like adults. Yeah, like young adults. And that they were funny, welcoming, and just I loved it. It was really nice. But as far as like children, I would say China. I would say China because when I taught in China, I did teach there for 5 years and different cities in China. So I got a chance to meet different, children. I did in different settings as well because I taught elementary school, but then I also taught at an English training school, and I taught little kids in English training schools. When I was in the international schools, then of course I taught like primary, elementary kids. So just those varieties, um, it was amazing for me. I love the children because sometimes they can be so funny, and then you can see them grow as they learn English. And I have like techniques that I use to teach little ones English, and we do like games and things like that. And just to see them enjoy themselves and being so happy about it, that is really enjoyable and rewarding for me. So I really did like teaching in China. I like teaching in Indonesia as well because I taught third through sixth grade, and then I taught the fourth grade English. So that was fun, and we had cooking classes after school twice a week. So that was a good experience for me, and the children really enjoyed it. So I don't know. My teaching career has been so rewarding. Oh my gosh. I couldn't even tell you which school would be my favorite because all the children was amazing. I mean, I have taught adults English for like business English in adults, and that was amazing just to meet people. I don't know. It's been so rewarding for me all the way through, so I can't even pick and choose. Okay, the next one is, what subjects did you teach? Um, okay, so in different countries, like when I was in Albania, I taught first grade. So I taught English, social studies, science, and math. And then when I was in Dominican Republic, I taught third grade, and I taught English, uh, math, social studies, science, and art because they didn't have an art teacher. So we had to teach art. The homeroom teachers had to teach the art. When I was in China, I taught first grade. So I taught English, math, social studies, and science. Um, Let me see. So most of the subjects that I've been teaching is like most of all of it. When I was in, let's see, when I was in Indonesia, let's see, I taught third through, let me see, I taught third through sixth for speech, oral speech, and then fourth grade English. I had 2 classes of them. Um, so at different schools, as you go to different international schools, it's according on what they want their homeroom teachers to teach, and you just gotta be up for the task. Okay, so I just do my lesson plans, and I just get prepared for class, and then I'm ready to roll. That's it. Okay, the next one is, since the COVID, did you have to do quarantine, and if so, how was it? I had to quarantine one time, and that's coming from America back to Thailand. So, Thailand, you had to quarantine for 15 days in a hotel. Now, the hotel is what you pay for, and you pick out that is under the quarantine regulations. So we had a really nice experience. My daughter and I, we had a very nice experience. The food was good. They was very prepared for us. It was very expensive, but it was so worth it. We were very comfortable. We had plenty of room, plenty of windows. It was really good. So I can't complain about it at all. The next one, what is your experience traveling with your daughter? Oh, the experience traveling with my daughter. Okay. We started when she was 8 years old. And now she's 17 years old. It has been amazing. It has been an amazing journey just to see her grow. Just to see her eyes sparkle up when she sees different things, when she experiences different foods, when she makes different friends, when she dive into the culture. It's just so amazing to see how she thrive in that, and how she adapt in that situation. So the experience has been amazing. I would tell anyone to take your child abroad and show them everything that life has to offer. I would really encourage you to go out of your comfort zone, go into, dive into living abroad for a little while, experiencing all that. And it was an amazing experience just to see my daughter thrive. And right to this day, she thanks me for this all the time. She thanked me for this experience. And then now, that's where she want to stay. She want to stay abroad. But we're back in the States. So, but yeah, I would definitely encourage, you taking your kids abroad. My daughter is totally different. She hasn't been tempted in any kind of way or tampered with or anything like that. So it's like, I don't have to worry about those things for right now. But it's just amazing. Just amazing. The next one is, what other countries do you have plans to visit? Oh, yeah, you can tell we're not finished, huh? Okay. Well, we're gonna visit all around America now, and then we're going to try Canada, and we're gonna try maybe Mexico. But the things as far as abroad, we do want to try a little bit more of Europe. Now, in Europe, we did do in Italy, we did Venice, Florence, Rome. We did Hungary. We did Greece. We do want to try France, Amsterdam. We do want to go to those different places. That would be really nice. We tried Albania already twice. Well, 3 times, I think. 3 times. Yeah. So we do want to try Amsterdam. And I always want to go to Poland. I just want to go there just to see, I guess. And I do want to try Czech Republic. That would be a nice place to visit as well. So those are my bucket list. I'll try to figure that out sooner or later. Okay. The next one. What is your craziest experience in the airport while traveling? Oh, okay. Now, in the airport, you definitely have to be careful, because when we arrived in, let me see, I think we arrived in Albania. When we arrived in Albania, the worker, I don't know what he was up to, but he was like, I can take you home later, and this, that, and blah, blah, blah. I'll take you to your hotel later, and da, 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 da. It was just really strange, like he was up to some no good. You can't trust anyone when you go abroad. Don't trust anyone. You just make sure you take the taxi that's outside of the airport, that's by the taxi stand. You take that taxi and you tell them where you want to go. You get in, you get out. That's it. And then some people will cheat you, so you do have to watch that as well. Okay? But the craziest thing is when people try to pretend like they're helping you when they really have another agenda. You have to watch that. Definitely. Is it true that other countries, they try to scam foreigners? Ooh, somebody came up with a good one, didn't they? Okay. I'm afraid to say, but yeah, they do try to scam us. They'll ride you around ride up the meter in the taxi, you know, or you know, you'll get in the car, but they don't turn the meter on and they pretend like it's another price, that kind of thing. Or they have the meter already done up and everything, and try to cheat you like that. You just have to watch all of these things, and don't be afraid to speak up. But you have to be able to tell them, like, that is not the way it is. Nope. Always do your research before you go. Before you go to another country, I always do my research, because I never, ever want anyone to scam me. I never, ever want them to do that. But they do that with those taxis, and I tell you, it's horrible. It really is. I have some bad experiences, and I argued with some taxi drivers and everything. I have argued down and refused to pay. Yes, I have definitely did that before, several times. So you do have to put your foot down. All right, last and final question, because I know you're tired of me. The last one. Have you ever dated while in another country? Oh, shoot. Somebody prying in my private business. Yes, I have dated in another country, in different countries that I've been. I have dated several, but I said dated. I didn't say go with the person or whatever, or sexual encounters. I didn't say that. I said dated. That means that the person took me to a movie, the person took me to a dinner or to lunch or something like that, or we went walking in the park and they were holding hands, or we went to the beach or something like that. Yes, I did. I have dated in different countries, and I have seen how people are on dates and things like that. That's foreign from me and everything, and it was an experience. That's what life is. Life is about all these different experiences, right? So, of course, I had to experience the dating life. I couldn't just be sitting there and just being a teacher and that's it. No. I wear many faces, many caps, okay? Okay, so if you enjoy these videos that I've been posting, look, it doesn't take long to subscribe, okay? It takes you one moment to push that red button to subscribe, okay? So please subscribe, comment, like, ring that notification bell. All right, until next time, this is Anna.
Everybody pay heed to my juke.